Welcome to the testing world. In this session, I'll explain data-driven testing. So first of all, we have to understand what do you mean by the data-driven. Okay, let's take an example. I have an API and I want to test it. And if you have seen in the previous cases, I'm making a post request. So I'm testing my API with one set of data, means I have a first name, middle name and last name. If I say I have 2000 set of data and I want to test my API with all the data, how you will achieve this scenario? One option is that I'm executing the test case with the first data, then I'm going to the test case and change data and execute it again. In the same way, I'll go again and change data and execute it again. Means I have to go 2000 times to my test case, change the data manually and execute with the different data. But that does not seem to be a good approach. We should have an approach where we can write all the data in one file and my test case will automatically fetch data from the file. So when you want to execute your test case with a multiple set of test data, that is called data-driven testing. So here in this session, I'll show you how we can achieve data-driven testing in Ready API. Data-driven testing means we are going to execute our test case with the multiple test data. Okay, for doing the data-driven testing, first of all, I'm just moving to my project. Okay, here I want to create one more test suite. So I'm just going to create one more test suite with the name data driven. And here in the data driven, I'll write first test case with the name data driven with notepad. So I'm just fetching the notepad file or CSV file as per your choice. Okay, now that's my first test case. In this, I want to make a post request. So I'm just adding a post request. Add student. Don't go for any validation. Post add step. That is added. In that, we need to define a body. So I already have body. I'll just copy and paste here. In request, we need not to send ID that we have seen previously. Now, here, first name, middle name, and last name, and date of birth. I want to fetch from an external file. Means I want to test this request with a multiple set of test data. So first of all, I'm going to an external file. And here, I'm just on the notepad and defining multiple data here. So my first data is fname1, mname1, lname1, and last is 12121990. So I've just defined one data. In the same way, you can define any number of test data. And we are maintaining comma separated data. So that is fname 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I'm maintaining one more data, so we'll have 10 data. Okay, now in the same way, I'll just go here 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So first of all, I'm just maintaining my test data and I'm going to show you by the notepad first, then I'll show you how we can do it in the Excel. So that is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And also I'm going to change this date of birth. So yeah, so my test data is prepared. You can save it anywhere. I'm just saving it to my desktop. There is a folder with the name task. I'm saying test data. It's up to you. You can make it .txt or .csv. So it could be any file. Okay, I'll make it txt now. Enter. So my test data is ready. I want to execute my this test case with the multiple set of test data. How we can achieve this? So first of all, when you want to read data from the external file, we have a step with the name data source test step. I'll just go here in the test case, add step, data source. Okay, what is the name you want to give to this step? I'm saying fetch data from notepad. Okay, now one step is added. Here it is asking for, would you like to automatically generate parameter value? As of now, I'll just keep it no. Here, that is a step. I'm just dragging it to the first. Why? Because first data will be read, only after that I'll use it in my step. Now I'll come to the data source test step. Here it will ask from where you want to fetch data. So I'm saying I want to fetch data from a file. But if you can see, you are getting many options. So like file, grid, we have Excel, we have many other options, JSON, JDBC, XML. As of now, I'm just selecting file. Okay, as you select file, here we need to define properties. Property means how many value you want to fetch. So I'm saying I want to fetch 4 values. Fname, first property, mname is a second property, then we have a lname, which is a third property, and fourth property is dob. Okay, so now I'm saying from the file I want to fetch these 4 values, and these are just variable, so you can give any name. Now we can select file from where you want to fetch data. So I'll just click on the browse, and my file name is testdata.txt. So I'll just select this. Okay, as you select this, it is asking for, would you like to import properties? No, I'll just keep it no. Here, file is added, it automatically take the separator comma. As of now, if you can see, I have maintained comma separated value, but it could be any. Okay, what I do, I'll just replace comma with hash. So I'll say in my file, we have hash separated value. It could be anything. So here on the place of comma, I'll just mention hash, like in my file, values are separated by hash. Everything is done. Now, before using these values, I want to check, did I make all the configuration correctly? How we can check it? Just execute this data source test step. I'm just executing. It is asking for how many you want to fetch. As of now, I'll just go for the sample. I want to fetch 2 values. Okay. Yes, it is fetching the 2 values. It is fetching the value from the file. So if it successfully fetch value from the file, means yes, as of now it is fetching 2. But later on when we use it, it will fetch all the values from the file. So now what we have done? We have defined a test case in which we have a data source test step, and the use of the data source is to fetch data from the external data source. It could be any file. Okay. As of now, we are fetching data, but we did not use this data in our test step. So I'll just go to the add student. Here I want to use first name. So I'll just go right click and get data. I want to get from the fetch data from the notepad first name. So that is the first data. In the same way, I can go and just fetch data from the data source step. Get data, fetch data from the notepad. That is my data source step, middle name. In the same way, I'll just go here, right click, get data, fetch data from the notepad, last name, and last I want to fetch date of birth, get data from DOB. Okay, that is done. Means now we have a data source which is fetching data from the notepad, and now here we are using the data. Now I'm going to execute my test case. So the question is, when I execute this, how many times it will execute? So if I say in my file we have total 10 data, so it should execute 10 times. As of now, it's not going to execute 10 times, it will execute only 1 time. Why? Let me show you. I'm just going to the test case first, execute. You will notice it execute only 1 time. If you want to check, it is using only first line of the file. You can check it again. I'm just going to check it again. I'll just execute one more time. Again, it will use the first line of the file. Why it is happening? Even we have integrated our file which is having 10 data, but every time when we are executing it, it is executing only one time, and every time it is using the first line of the file. It is happening because we are not running our test case in the loop. So now we will have to go for loop. Loop means I will execute my test case in the loop for 10 times. Every time a new value will be fetched and will be used here. But how we can apply loop, I'll show you in the next session. Before that, I'll create two more test cases to show two more data sources. So as of now, we are fetching data from Notepad. But if you want to fetch data from the Excel, I'll just create one more test case, and I'm saying data driven with Excel. And third, I want to go for data driven grid. I'll show you these three data source: Notepad, Excel, or grid. I'm going to the Excel one. Here again I'm adding REST request, which is I'm saying add student. So steps would be same, only data source would be changed. I'll just do the same step, no validation, and here just copy and paste. So I'll try to execute. It should execute, means yes, it is working fine as of now. Same step, I copy and I'll just clone. So that is added. I'll just paste it into the another test case. Now you can check it. Here I'm changing the name. So rename, it's add student. Okay, this time, first of all, I'll show you how we can fetch it from the Excel. So I'm maintaining an Excel file. And here I'm maintaining my first name. So I'm just giving the header, middle name, last name, and DOB. And we can maintain some sample data like fname1, fname2, fname3. So I'll just pick and add any number of data. In the same way, mname1, mname2, just pick it. Yeah. lname1, lname2, just pick and like this. Okay, in the same way, 1, 1, 112, 2000, just copy like this. Okay, now my Excel is ready. I'm just saving it somewhere. So I'm just giving the name like T data. Where you want to save it? So I want to save it in my task folder. Saved. So one Excel file is saved. Okay, now I want to, in my second test case, I want to fetch data from the Excel. So again, I'm adding data source test step. Not changing the name, and no, I'll just drag and drop as a first line. Okay, here I'm saying I want to fetch from Excel. Okay, how many data you want to fetch? So I want to fetch fname, I want to fetch mname, I want to fetch lname, and I want to fetch DOB. But this time it is from the Excel, so I'm just selecting like T data. No. From which worksheet? So if you remember, in the Excel I was on the sheet 1. So I'll just select it. I want to fetch it from the sheet 1. One more thing we need to check here. What is our starting cell? So if you can see in my A1 cell, that's a header. I want to start from the A2 because first line is a header. So I'm saying start from the A2. Okay. Let's try to execute and check it is working or not. So I'll just run it. Fetch only two values. Yes, it is fetching, means yes, we are able to fetch data successfully from the Excel as well. And how to use it, we know. I'll just go here and doing the same as we have done in case of Notepad. So that is first name, Here I want to get mname. Here I want to get last name. And on the fourth place, I want to get date of birth. That is done. Okay. If you want to execute this one, again you will check it will execute only with the one data. If you want to check it, you can check it. It is fetching only first data. Now, still it is not executing with the multiple data because we did not apply loop. I'll explain how to apply loop. Okay, I'll just go to the third test case and adding a data source here, and we are using grid data source. So I'll just add data source. Okay, and just drag and drop on the first place. What kind of data source you want to use? We want to use grid. Okay, why I'm explaining grid? Because other data source are picking value from the external file. But if you want, you can maintain your test data here in the ready API itself. So again, here I'm not going for the any external file. I'll just say I will have four properties: fname, mname, lname, and last I'm going for DOB. If you can see, it shows four columns here. Now it asks you to define your test data here itself. So I'm saying fname1, mname1, lname1, and whatever the DOB you want to maintain. So the point is, when you want to maintain your multiple data, but you don't want to fetch from the external file, in that case, you can just go and define data in the ready API itself. And again, the approach would be same. Once you define your data, just go to the test case step and fetch the data. So I'm fetching like from the data source fname, get data source mname, get data source lname, and DOB. So in this session we have, so that is done. Again, if you want to check it, just run. It will execute only with one data. You can check it. It is fetching only first data. So the point is, in this session we have defined all the data. We have integrated the data with the test case, but as of now it is not running with the multiple data. So in next session I'll show you how we can execute our test case with the multiple set of test data. So here in this session we have seen what is data driven testing, also how we can start data driven testing. For that I have just implemented data source test step. Next I'll come to how we will execute in the loop. That's all we have for this session. Thanks for watching this video.